and I give you a scenario and you can suggest. Prepare change management strategies. So that's my second question. Okay. I don't know what else to ask actually. So I have a few things to ask. Things like maybe you can recommend. Maybe you can explain a model that you know. I don't know. Maybe something like that. Yeah. So number 3 and number 4. So difficult. So course outlines are for. Okay. It's not even up to C6, you know. It's C4.
Which one is C6?
C6 is more like design, like evaluation, synthesis. I'll show you the blue markers.
Prof, is it you have to relate the model that you learn?
Yeah, can. Of course, depends on the question.
Can you give us an example about the model?
Can I give you an example of the model?
Yeah,
Which model did you do during the paper?
What paper?
What paper? The paper that you don't understand but you presented anyway. Remember? The article?
The survival system.
That's one model. What did you present on? What did you present on? Okay, if you cannot remember at all, you remember SWOT analysis?
Yeah.
Okay, SWOT analysis. How about PDCA? We talk about that. That could be a model. You see, under change management strategies, there is no right or wrong answer. If you cannot even remember the name of the strategy, I also do not penalize you. But what I do want is your answer to be really consistent with what you write. I mean, understand? So even like I say in Iran, we have a change management called let's say, I don't know what it is lah. And this model called where the number 1 is this, number 2 is this, then you explain to me. Then I will see, oh yeah, okay, makes sense, okay. Okay?
Or we can, maybe we can
invent one.
New
Unless I know it's not new. Okay. Alright.
Ma'am, I heard you saying something like 3 or 4 pages, so I was kind of like...
No, I said no, don't.
Okay.
If the answer is 10 marks, also it's 1 page.
Okay.
Of course, if your handwriting is big, or you one line and then you skip another line, and then of course maybe 3 pages. Because it's very big, isn't it? Your handwriting is big. Okay. But if your handwriting is small enough and then you do not skip a line, and then relatively okay, and then look at 1 page, okay, I can read. And in fact you put indent, point number 1, point number 2, point number 3. Then I will look, okay, that's a point. Maybe inside a point got another point. I give you an extra mark. But if you write like nobody's business and you think and you say, it's your problem lah, you're the lecturer, you know lah what my answers are. Okay, then I will go to the weighing machine and I put not so heavy, not so many marks lah. I don't do that. Okay.
Then we have to use area 11.
How there?
Area 11.
Point.
Would you want to try now? Want me to give you a test now? Can also.
Yeah, but if we pass the test, it can be substituted for the exam.
Maybe. Not.
Excuse me, you're going to answer all the questions we asked?
Which one? That one. Right, right.
You're answering the questions.
Wait, before I forget. This one definitely is not coming out, but you can see the past year questions like this. Emma?
In excess, in the distribution of IT rules and
So big, 15 marks for only A. This is not so good a question, but anyway, I have.
So we should write by our own thinking and ideas. So everything that we
Not
find
so
out
much.
about.
Yeah, I mean it's idea, yes, but of course, this was your framework that we learn. So don't go too much divert like. I mean, good if you have a good idea, why not? But
No, for example, the roles and responsibility of CIO in leading efforts to reinvent IT.
maybe Muhammad did not get the e-learning. You still got problem with e-learning, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did anybody give him from your
Yeah.
pass to him already?
No, I don't have good friends in this matter.
You didn't ask.
You didn't.
Yeah, I told
Yeah.
him 3 times to
But
just send me.
but I give him all the
The CIO,
materials.
the last one. The last one.
CIO. Get to see what.
Did you get the CIO, the last one?
So,
Yeah, I don't.
we don't have
You don't have? Okay.
Just overview change and role of CIO. Yeah.
You have? I did?
Yeah.
Have you read?
Yeah, I've started going through it, but not.
Yeah. So that's one question on that. What else do I have to give you?
Yeah. That's now.
Even if I did not give you the CIO role, I think as mature students, we have been talking in class, even though I did not say this as CIO or whatever, you have some idea of what the CIO role. If not, I don't think you should sit this whole program. So the CIO is really a person who has to play many hats, isn't it? One day, is that right?
Yeah.
Hasmizam, you look at the CIO. What do you see his role is? Should be. Okay, but the fundamental first. Look at his core business, his core job. When he gets the role on, this is okay, you are now appointed as a CIO. What do you think a CIO role should be?
Deciding the cost. Deciding the cost.
Not yet. Look at this first. Look at the XYZ. Look at the mission, vision, objective, strategy of XYZ first. Of the company, Is the company selling chocolates, or the company selling shoes, or the company is on education, or the company selling services? Okay, then that means as a CIO, you must understand the company core business, and then after that you look at all these issues and challenges, which if you want to implement ICT, how are you going to go over it? How are you going to go about implementing it? And then who would be your peers? Your peer would be probably the CFO, Chief Financial Officer, Chief Operations Officer, right? what do they take a look after? Operations, finance. But you look after what? IT and information actually, isn't it? So if the assets are being looked after by the CFO is money, you actually are supporting everyone else, plus you are also the custodian of the information of the organization, and the information is assets.
Yeah.
The information is your trade secret, isn't it? So how do you build a database? How do you build a website? How do you safeguard the security physically as well as technically of all these things for the organization in view of giving the organization its desired mission and vision? Right?
Can we like do like SWOT for this? There's a CIO, we know more strategies on the top management. So instead of what we do is what? The strength and then based on that, come up with the
Pak Azhar, you must be careful. You see, if I were to answer this question, in exercising a business transformation, let's read together. In exercising a business transformation, the distribution of IT roles and responsibilities are found both within and outside the enterprise. Why is this statement so? Now I stop there, but I'm asking you. The distribution of IT roles and responsibilities are found both within and outside the enterprise. Because of this, outside the enterprise, inside the enterprise. See, all these are IT, right? This is IT, right? Is this IT? Is this IT?
Yeah.
Yes. Is this, whose role is this? Manufacturer, supplier. Whose role is this? Do you have customer? Do as I say. Can you do that? No, you can't. Supplier, do as I say. Cannot. You can only do it here. You do as I say. You are my department. You do something like that. That's what it meant here as the distribution of IT roles and responsibilities are found both within and outside the enterprise. Okay? This has diminished. Diminished means what? Eroded, Okay. The CIO, if you do not know what the CIO is, in bracket I put Chief Information Officer, ability to impose policies and dictate results. Impose policies means, hey, this is our policy. Dictate result, I want this result. Okay, that's what it means. Okay. It has diminished, The CIO roles on that aspect has diminished because you cannot control whatever the manufacturer wants. You cannot control what the customer wants. Yet, the CIO must still find ways to enable key business initiatives through the effective and efficient use of technology. Now, A, how many marks?
15.
15 marks means around 15 to 20 minutes. Okay, let's have a 1 hour is how many minutes?
60.
2 hours?
120.
120. Let's say you say 20 minutes is for reading. You're left with 100 minutes. How many questions? 100 questions. I mean 100 marks, right? 15 marks means 15 minutes.
15 minutes.
So if you write 15 minutes non-stop, you have already read, right? 20 minutes, maybe 5 minutes you read. Maybe you write another, okay, 15 minutes too much. 10 minutes. Okay, you write 10 minutes. Okay, 10 minutes. Okay, you stop. It's almost like a signal. Huh? If it's 10 minutes versus 15 marks versus 10 marks, you're asking me, how much shall I write? How much? How much? Where's the question?
And this
Oh, this one. How much shall I write? Can I say safely? Not more than 15 minutes you must write. Okay. But if you write 1 hour for one question, is it my fault? Is it my fault?
No.
Yeah, I would. There you go.
Too much idea.
Huh?
Too much idea.
Okay, too much idea. Do that idea afterwards. Distribute. You see, even in a football game, you can score 100 goals, but outside the 90 minutes, will it be counted?
No.
No, why not? You have many ideas.
We don't know the actual
Huh.
which one. That's
Right.
why a lot of things.
Ah. Then you can take again next semester. Okay? Discuss the roles and responsibilities of the CIO in leading efforts to reinvent IT. How would you discuss? How would questions like this you answer? Number 1, rule. Look at the question. Discuss what? Roles and responsibilities. Of who? CIO. So first, before even discussing, define it first. So, define as what you understand. A CIO is blah blah blah. The position of a CIO in an organization is like this. You know, and naturally at the top, because the position is answerable or quite in the top management and answerable to the CEO, probably you say, his role is basically at a very strategic level, isn't it? So you set the scenario, you set the background by defining it first. Idea? Okay. Idea number 1 then comes in. Oh, okay, I got idea already now. After defining, oh, then